Hey there, it is Anne, and I am so happy to be here with you today. I'm going to give you a warning before you even watch this. If you're already feeling fantastic and everything is awesome, and you feel like you have attained true self mastery, mastery of your mindset, of your emotional management, of your physical body, of your soul, of your spirit, then this video is not for you. So you can just press stop right now and carry on with everything as you have been. However, if you are not feeling well, if you're feeling off, if you're feeling discomfort, if you're feeling challenged, if you are in pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, on a soul or a spiritual level, then watch this, because this is for you and this message is for you. I am the creator of True Self Mastery Coaching and Wellness. And every single day, I help my clients, some of who are you, get clear, or will be one day, if you so choose, get clear about your purpose, what deeply fulfills you in your life, your values, your own guiding principles, your message that you want to remind yourself of every day and that you want to share with the world, and then your big vision for your life, for your health and wellness, for your relationships, for your leadership, for your offerings in the world, for money and finances, your vision for creativity and creative expression, for adventure and travel and personal development and your soul and your spirit. And once you have some clarity about all of those things, then the first thing that happens is you start to see the ways that you're already a vibrational match for everything that you want to be, everything that you know you're meant to be, and everything that you want to create in your life. And you also begin to see the ways that you are not a vibrational match for who you know yourself to truly be and why you're here and what's most important to you. And when you see the ways that you aren't a vibrational match for your truest, deepest, and highest self, for your purpose, values, message, and vision, then you have to go through the process of transforming. And that is why I've created this process called vibration transformation. And vibration transformation is all about learning how to transform the vibration of the way that you think and feel and speak and act and relate, so that you become a vibrational match for who you know yourself to truly be, who you're meant to be, who you want to be, and for everything that you want to create and manifest in your life. The thing is oftentimes is we skip this step, which is the transforming your vibration step. Oftentimes it's, I want to go out and create something. I want to be a leader. I want to help the world. I want to be a change maker. I want to be a light worker. I want to be a teacher. But the truth is that you have to do all of your own inner work first before you can really make a difference in the world. It's like the amount of service that you do in the world always has to match the amount of inner work that you've done on yourself. And that is what vibration transformation is all about. Now, what happens when you realize that you're not a vibrational match for the work that you want to be doing in the world, or the love that you want to be experiencing, or the things that you want to create, is it's painful and it hurts. It's like, oh, I don't feel how I want to feel. or I don't look how I want to look, or I am still deeply, deeply struggling with something. And so this is my invitation for you, is to stop the massive expansion into the world of trying to help everybody else, whether it's your spouse or your children or your clients or your students, and make sure that every single day you're giving enough to yourself so that you are coming from a place of overflow when you go to love and serve and lead others. And this all comes down to your daily habits that are all based on self-love, self-care, and what I really like to call self-worth practices. And this is all about physical, mental, emotional, soul, spiritual mastery. And when you have mastery in all of those different levels, then you can really make a huge difference in the world, because you have the capacity on a physical, mental, emotional, soul, spiritual level to expand. When you are depleted, when you're feeling like, ugh, I don't feel well, and you start to expand, that's how you end up getting worn out, burnt out, overwhelmed. And then you end up feeling like, why the heck am I even doing this in the first place? It's what I call putting the cart before the horse. And so vibration transformation is all about doing your inner work so that you can do your outer work, whatever that is for you. And so this is a little bit of a shift in the way of thinking about things. The old model of service and leadership is, I'm just going to give to everybody else and put myself second. And the wonderful metaphor that I always use is, if a plane's going down, you got to put your oxygen mask on first before you put on anybody else's. Otherwise, you won't actually be able to help. And this is the biggest pain point that all leaders, all visionaries actually deal with, is this drive to want to help in the world, but you have to help yourself first. So that's why I've created this program, Vibration Transformation. And it is a step by step, day by day, week by week process of transforming your vibration. And the baseline ways that we transform our vibration is first with your nutrition. So if you are eating foods that are depleting you, that are creating toxicity in your body, then you're going to feel bleh. You're going to feel depleted, and you're going to feel like meh and low energy. And then you won't have the energy to be of service. So if you're super motivated to help on the planet right now during this time when the planet really needs all of us to do our very best, then you have to get your proper nutrition. And rather than thinking like you have to be perfect with your nutrition right now, it's a step-by-step process. It takes time. You have to be patient with yourself. And it's about progress, not perfection. So that might be, oh, I'm going to take something out that I'm eating or drinking that isn't optimal for me. And just one little thing. Like, for instance, right now it is Lent. And even though I'm not a Catholic or a Christian, I'm a universalist. I believe that all of the religions and all of the spiritual traditions have amazing, amazing teachings. But Lent is all about letting go of something for 40 days and 40 nights, just like Jesus did in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. He fasted and he let go of food and probably had limited water so that he could put more focus and more devotion on God and on spirituality and on his service in the world. So right now for Lent, my boyfriend and we're going without any alcohol, and not because it's a big problem for us, just it's not an essential need, right? We don't need it. And so sacrificing or letting go of it for 40 days is an act of self-love and self-care so that we have more energy to do the things that we love in life, so that we have more energy to be of greater service in the world. So that's one part of nutrition, is letting go of something that you know is not really essential, or moderating it or weaning it in a way, and then maybe adding something in so that's going to be more helpful. So for you, that might be a green juice every day, or that might be eating more leafy greens, whatever it is for you. And it doesn't have to be you're going cold turkey off of anything. It could be you're weaning off of one thing and adding in something else. And vibration transformation is an 8-week process. So over the course of 8 weeks, it's like, okay, I'm going to get my nutrition dialed in, because food is thy medicine. And all of the studies show, really, for reals, we are what we eat. So what you eat is very, very important, so that you have the sustainable energy to be who you want to be and be of the service that you want to be in the world. The next thing that we do in week 2 in vibration transformation is we start focusing on movement. So you've got the wheels flowing with your nutrition. It's a process. And then we start to focus on movement. And the 3 main forms of movement are things for cardiovascular health, things for strengthening, and then things for flexibility. So I've been a yoga teacher since 1994, and I've been practicing yoga my whole entire life. Yoga is one of those amazing things because you get all 3. You get strengthening, flexibility, and cardiovascular. But for you, it could be, I'm going to start walking more, or I'm going to start doing yoga more. And instead of thinking, I have to be doing a 1 to 1.5 hour yoga practice every single day, it might be, this week I'm going to do 5 minutes a day. And then week 3 of vibration transformation, I'm going to do 10 minutes. And then the next week at 15. So it's this slow process of creating more and more mastery with your nutrition and with your movement. And then in week number 3, we focus on breath work. So breathing, of course, is incredibly important, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for breath work. So slow, deep, steady breaths, right? In and out through your nose. That's the baseline breathing technique that I always teach as a yoga teacher, but there are a lot of other breathing techniques. And the reason that breathing is so incredibly important is because it's how we get our oxygen, and it's how we release carbon dioxide. So oxygen gives us life force energy. It's what gives us our mojo and our energy to be who we know we are, and to then have all this energy to expand out into the world. And there's lots of different styles of breathing that I teach you. And rather than thinking, oh my gosh, I have to have this whole breathwork practice that I do every single day for 20 minutes, it's like, no, we just slowly build up. We start with 1 minute, then 2 minutes, and then ultimately you're doing maybe a 5-minute to 10-minute practice by the end of your 8 weeks. And so again, by the end of week 3 in vibration transformation, your nutrition is feeling better. You're omitting more of the things that are depleting you, and you're adding more of the things that give you life force energy. You're moving in a more consistent way so that you have your strength, you have your flexibility, and you have your cardiovascular health. And then week number 3, we're adding in some breath work so that you have that energetic support of clearing out stress, tension, heavy energy, and bringing in all of that vital life force energy. And then week number 4 is when we start to explore meditation. So meditation is so incredibly important because it gives you time to go inward. It gives you time to deeply, deeply connect with yourself inside about what's really happening in this world, even though there's so much unknown and there's so many things that are massive curveballs for everyone right now. And it's kind of like, whoa, what the heck is gonna happen tomorrow or even today? But when you meditate, you have this time where it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a little time out from all of the stuff and the things that are happening in the world, and I'm just gonna reconnect with who I am in my inner world. And there's so many different ways of meditating, right? And so it's the process of finding the meditation practice that's right for you. So we explore in week number 4 of vibration transformation all of these different ways of meditating so that you can experiment with them and then find the way of meditating that works for you. And the same goes with your nutrition and your movement and your breath work. There's no set formula for anyone. There's many ways to eat and move and breathe and meditate and the other practices that we explore and practice in vibration transformation as there are people on the planet. So this is not a prescription of you need to do this, 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 and this in order to transform your vibration and feel sustainable energy so that you can actually create what you want to create in your life. It's really about this exploration and then continuing to consistently do the things that feel best for you and to stop doing the things that don't feel good for you. And then the amazing thing about it is knowing that you are always growing and you're always evolving. So nothing is ever set in stone forever. And my aim is to give you all of these different practices, like a giant, beautiful bag of magical tricks that you can tap into throughout the rest of your life that are going to help you to clear stress, tension, heavy energy, stay whole, stay connected, stay healed, stay aligned, stay in touch with your truest, deepest, and highest self, and to have these tools where you can consistently generate and create life force energy for yourself. So in week number 5, that is when we get into mental emotional mastery, mental and emotional mindset and feeling mastery. So the reason that this is so incredibly important is because, as we know, sometimes we're very unintentional with the way that we are thinking or feeling. And then we wonder, wait, why am I not creating what I want to be creating in my life? Why don't I have the energy that I want to be cultivating in my life? And it's like, because maybe it's these thoughts or these beliefs that I created on a subconscious level when I went through something challenging when I was a child or in a relationship, and they're on this hamster wheel of repeat, and you realize, wait a second, this way of thinking or this way of believing that then makes me feel these feelings actually doesn't match who I know myself to be or what I'm capable of or what I want to be creating in life. And this is 100% not about spiritual override. This is actually about going deep in on a subconscious level to explore, to do self-inquiry and notice, wow, I am thinking thoughts that either aren't true or they don't apply anymore, or I don't need them anymore, or I'm holding on to beliefs that actually don't have anything to do with what I want to be creating in my life. And it gives you the chance to be the CEO, be the manager of your own mind and of your own emotions rather than giving the rein over to them. There's a great story about Krishna, the Lord of Love, and Arjuna being on the battlefield in a chariot where Arjuna is having to do some really challenging things and is freaking out about it. And Krishna said, you have given the reins to the chariot of your life to your mind and to your emotions. And it's actually your soul. It's you as a master of being who you truly are that needs to take the reins back and then consciously direct your mind to think the thoughts that are going to elicit the emotional state, that are going to lead you in the direction of where you really want to go and what you really want to be creating in your life. And so that's what mental emotional mastery is all about. It's about empowering yourself to choose the still true. So you're not BSing yourself. You're not doing spiritual override. You're just consciously choosing the best thoughts that are going to cultivate the best feelings that are going to lead the chariot of your life in the direction that you actually want to go, because you are the captain of your own ship. You are the pilot of your own plane, and nobody else can think your thoughts for you or feel your feelings for you. That's your job as a master of your own self. Isn't that awesome that we can shift this stuff? That's what vibration transformation is all about. Then in week 6, we go into physical cleansing. So right now, more than ever on planet Earth, we need to have mastery over physical cleansing because there is COVID, there is environmental pollution, there are all sorts of GMOs and pesticides and stuff in our food. And so we need to be really, really masterful at being able to cleanse our physical body. Because what happens is the more toxic energy or the more that we're exposed to dis-ease, then the more that we can take that stuff on, and it starts to create heavy energy in our operating system. And then it's a lot harder for our immune system to be operating at its full function. And it's very challenging for us to feel optimal levels of health. So in week number 6, I teach you a lot of different tools for physical cleansing. And it could be something as simple as taking a shower, right? It's something that most people somehow, some way, somewhere are able to do some physical cleansing, and the way that you are able to do it. And then you explore all of these different ways of physical cleansing and see the ones that resonate most for you. In week number 7, it's all about affirmation and prayer. So, affirmation is where you get clear about what you want to be creating in your life, and then you focus your mind and your emotions and your voice using vocal energization to program yourself with what you want to actually be creating in your life. So an affirmation is, I'm so happy and grateful now that more and more I'm experiencing optimal levels of health. Or I'm so happy and grateful now that more and more every single day I am becoming a master of transforming my vibration so that I match everything that I want to create in my life and can live and love and lead and thrive in a healthy and sustainable way in the best interest of all. I just made that up just now, that affirmation. And that instantly raises my vibration. It makes me feel better. And that's what we're going for, is for you to feel better. Remember, that's where I started this video. If you're already feeling great, then don't watch this. But if you're still watching, it's probably because you're like, ooh, there's something here. And prayer is asking for help. And the truth is that you are not alone. You're never alone. There's so much seen and unseen help for you, but we have to ask for help. So every single day, my prayer is I call upon my guides and my guardians. I call upon my truest, deepest, and highest self. I call upon the most benevolent energy within me and all around me to lead me, guide me, direct me, and protect me in my thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, and all of my relationships with all people, places, and things on all levels, planes, and dimensions of reality, in the seen and the unseen, in the known and the unknown realms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so it is. Amen, aho, abracadabra. Yeah, that's a prayer right there. And I know, ooh, there's one of my little rhymes. There's a prayer right there. And prayers can be songs too, right? I'm a total mega singer, songwriter. You can take your prayers, you can take your affirmations, and you can make songs out of them. So your prayer and your affirmation is 100% yours. That's what all of this is about. It's about you becoming you living 100% as your truest, deepest, and highest self. And thinking that way, feeling that way, speaking that way, acting that way, relating that way. That's what all of these practices are all about. They're like your training wheels that you put on to help you and train yourself to be who you truly are. And then the last thing that we do, this is in week 8, is rest, relaxation, and sleeping. Because when you are a mom or a dad, when you're a caretaker, when you are a leader, when you're a visionary, when you're a healer, when you're a light worker, when you're a change maker, when you are here to make a big positive difference in the world because you have a huge heart and you are a soul-centered person and you know that you're here on the planet to make a difference, you put out some mojo and you have to replenish. So you have to take time to rest. Just whoop. And every single day I do that. I lie down I try to do it for at least 5 minutes because my day is full of students and clients and friends and my love and all of my self-care. And then I need some time where I just whoop. So taking time every day where you just rest. I had a yoga teacher in India named Saras Yogi, who was up in the Himalayas in Rishikesh, which is like the yoga capital of India. And I've been there a few times. And the first time I was there studying yoga with this amazing yoga teacher, and he said, "You crazy Americans." And I'm an American, so wherever you are in the world, maybe this applies to you, maybe not, but he said, "You crazy Americans, you just go, 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 and you do so much." And he said, "You need to be taking 3 shavasanas a day." And whether or not you know, shavasana is the resting time where you just lie down at the end of your yoga practice. Because he said you put out so much energy and you need to take time to replenish. So resting is our focus in week number 8. And then relaxation, which is just doing something where you are chilling. You don't feel like you're producing. You don't feel like you are leading, like you're serving. It could be just sitting down and having a cup of tea and listening to classical music, or getting a massage, if you're allowed to get a massage during COVID. And it could be gardening, or just going for a walk on the beach at sunset. And these are all really simple ways of relaxing every day that are so incredibly needed, so that you can just enjoy, right? Just enjoy and have some leisure time. And then the last thing that is so incredibly important is your sleeping. And all of the studies about sleep say we need about 7 to 9 hours of deep restorative sleep every night. And so if you're not getting enough rest, then you will not have the energy to sustain your mission in the world and to bring all of your gifts forth. So that's the last thing that we focus on. So at the end of this 8 weeks, you've practiced all of these things. You've gone 8 weeks of practicing your nutritional mastery. You've gone 7 weeks with your movement mastery. You've gone 6 weeks with your breathwork mastery, 5 weeks with your meditation mastery, 4 weeks with your mental emotional mastery, 3 weeks. It's like the countdown. 3 weeks with your physical cleansing mastery, 2 weeks with your affirmation and prayer mastery. And then the last week is your rest, relaxation, and sleeping mastery. So that by the end of the 8 weeks, you have slowly culminated mastery in all of these areas of your life. And then at the very end, we celebrate the fact that you have done what you've done. And then I teach you all about how to maintain the turning point, right? We've all done a workshop or a retreat, but the real thing is, how do we maintain these daily self-love and self-care and self-worth practices and rituals? They're rituals of loving yourself and caring for yourself and staying deeply connected to yourself, because you are the source of all of the amazing work that you've come to the planet during this time to do. And so it is my pleasure and my honor to invite you to join me on this 8-week journey of transforming your vibration. And it is an endeavor that will last your lifetime. This is an 8-week process that literally can shift your whole entire life. And it will be with you. You will have these practices that will help you to clear stress and tension, stay whole and complete and connected to yourself and what matters most in your life, so that you have the sustainable, healthy energy to fulfill your mission and to do all of your amazing work on the planet. So it's coming up really soon, Wednesday, March 3rd, from 5 until 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you can't ever attend in person, it's no problem, because I will always create a video out of the session, and then I'll be sending it out to you along with a guided meditation every week that is specific for each one of the lifestyle practices that you will be practicing. And you'll have PDFs with homework assignments, and you'll also have an accountability partner to check in with every week. And there's a private Facebook group where you will be able to share your journey with other people. And it's so much easier to do this kind of stuff when you're sharing it with somebody else. So either above or to the sides or below, you're going to see all of the information about vibration transformation. And this is what I feel is most important on the planet right now, because there is so much physical taxation that's happening right now because of COVID and because of needing to have a strong immune system during this time. And there's so much mental, emotional stress right now in the world because of everything that's been happening with lockdowns and not being able to do our lives the way that we usually do them. And there's also this amazing opportunity, rather than experiencing physical, mental, emotional, you can take this time to become more masterful with your body and your mind and your heart and your soul and your spirit, so that this time is actually a time of expansion, that this is a time of greater health, of greater wealth, of health and happiness and wellness, so that you feel like you have an overflow of life force energy and can really, really help others in a way where you are not going to be burning out or losing touch with what matters most to you. So it will be my honor and my pleasure to support you in learning how to, or jump starting or reactivating your capacity to transform your vibration, so that you can healthfully and sustainably live, love, lead, and thrive. So just know I'm here with you, and I love you, and I support you. Have a magical day. Mwah.